Did you know that Boise, Idaho has one of the largest Basque populations outside of Europe? The story of why and how they came here starts with the Old West and ends with escaping fascism. Many of them came over in the late 1800s as sheep herders, and many of the women worked in Basque boarding houses where the men would stay in the winter. They were tough people and often very isolated from society. But later, many of them came here because they were fleeing something much darker. Enter Francisco Franco. In the 1930s, Spain descended into a civil war, and Franco, with the help of Hitler and Mussolini, led a fascist uprising against the democratically elected Spanish Republic. And then came Guernica, a Basque town that was obliterated by German and Italian planes in 1937. This was one of the first aerial bombings of a civilian population in history. Franco allowed them to test new weapons that could penetrate deeper underground and pierce into underground bomb shelters where civilians were hiding. Mind you, this was all considered legal at the time under international law. This event was immortalized forever by Pablo Picasso in his painting simply titled Guernica. This painting is now a global symbol of anti-war resistance. Franco's dictatorship brutally suppressed the Basques, banning their language and their culture. In response came the Basque National Liberation Movement, and with it, the group known as the ETA. This was a radical group labeled by the West as terrorists, but they saw themselves as freedom fighters resisting fascism. This is not dissimilar to resistance groups like the IRA in Ireland or indigenous leaders like Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce right here in Idaho, who resisted forced removal and cultural erasure. You might even say these images of a destroyed Guernica look awfully similar to images that we're seeing now. History sure likes to repeat itself. Franco finally died in 1975, giving way to democracy in Spain. By then, many Basques had already fled to places like Idaho, where they could preserve their culture, their identity, and their history. So, next time you're getting food at the Basque Block, just remember there's a living legacy of people who resisted a dictatorship.